Hey y'all, this is Amy Tipton in McKinney, Texas. I'm currently a princess. I'm not sure what I'll be whenever this video shows. I just wanted to let you know what I do for vendor shows. I love vendor shows. Everyone knows that I do them and I get a lot of questions about them. So I just wanted to share some things that have worked for me. Definitely, this is not the only way to do this. It's your show, it's your personality, make your table look like you, figure out what works best for you and change things up as needed. I always kind of feel like my table is a work in progress, and yours should be too. So the first thing that people always notice, even the other vendors, they always say, oh my gosh, I love your banner. My sweet husband made this one on Staples same day because we're procrastinators and we waited till the last minute, so it was super convenient for us and still a pretty good price. There's also Zazzle.com has cute ones and Vistaprint with a coupon. So definitely get yourself a banner. This is actually something that I usually place more towards the front of my booth if I have space for it. Just kind of has a little bit of dimension, kind of brings it out into the people. Has pricing on it and a little welcome sign. You never know what size your table is going to be when you're doing vendor shows. Sometimes they provide a 6 foot, some provide 8 foot. Sometimes you bring your own. So you want to make sure that you have a tablecloth that is at least 8 feet long and is banquet style. You want it to come all the way down and hide all of your stuff underneath. So make sure you get yourself a great tablecloth. This is a digital picture frame that my husband kind of made a little rolling slideshow with all of our selfies. We have great selfies with the same color on all different skin tones. Something that's media that has movement is going to draw people in. Women always comment on this. They stand, they look at it, they can kind of visualize what colors are going to look great on them with it, so that's a great thing to have. Some sort of mirror, obviously. You want people to be able to see themselves, especially if they're going to try it on their lips. So get yourself a mirror. This one has a natural light around it. You never know in a building if you're going to have good light or not, so you want to make sure that you have some sort of natural light. It could be a mirror, it could be even a lamp stand with a natural bulb in it would be great as well. And this is how I test. If it's a really slow show, I'm always testing on lips as much as I can. If it's a really busy show, just testing on their hand is great. They can get a good idea of kind of what color they like that way. And then if they're not sure about because they haven't tested on their lips, you can always say, look, we have a 100% guarantee. If you don't like it, I'm going to exchange it or give you your money back if you don't want to wear it anymore. So that usually eases people's mind if they don't have time to test it on their lips. If you can test on their lips, this is what I do. I have a little cleaning station with my cotton balm and witch hazel. I let them know, at home we just use a warm wet washcloth, but here we like to use witch hazel. It's a little bit easier. I always send people with a glossy sample after we're done testing on their lips so that they can continue to wear gloss, because we know that's important throughout the rest of the day for staying power. I only use one tester wand, and I use the Leslie Boyd Bradley method where she just takes out the wand and swipes the second and third layers with the wand that's in there. And I like to use a little paint palette. I actually stole it from my 8-year-old. So it's just like a little craft paint palette is all it is. But anything kind of plastic where the color won't seep in works great. Lots of colors to choose from. If you don't have a lot of colors to start with, that's totally okay. Sometimes it overwhelms people, honestly, because I think I have too many sometimes. So if you just have a few, that's great. Don't worry about that. Don't let it keep you from doing a show. I also have some different glosses because people like to see those. If you have people that say, oh, I don't really wear a color on my lips. Oh, you know what? I didn't either. But what do you put on your lips? Chapstick. well, stop, this is going to be so much better. And so you can test your lip balm. It's a great option for people that say, oh, I never wear lipstick. Definitely have your skincare out as well. I don't have it on this table, but I do always have it out. We want to let people know, hey, we're more than lips. We have a lot of great options. Something else I always have on my table are my beauty books, of course. And I learned this little trick from Dawn Christian. I have a little sticky note on there. So if somebody walks by and they're just going to take a beauty book real quick, I say, oh, that's great, take that. But before you leave, will you please put your name and your phone number, your email, whatever you're comfortable with. And that way I can just check in and see, you know, what you thought, if there's anything you'd like to get. And so that way you get their information. Definitely getting information is going to be key at a vendor show. A lot of the things that have happened from vendor shows haven't always been right there in that moment. So you want to make sure that you have contact information for everybody that you talk to. I just use note cards. There are definitely better ways. They're cute little forms that people have created. That's wonderful. I probably will use one eventually when I get it together a little bit better. But for now, I just use a note card. I have them write their name, their phone number, their email. And then what I use on the back, after they walk away from me, I make sure that I write things like the color that they liked and maybe didn't buy, or something that's going to help me remember them, memory joggers, like what color hair they had or what we talked about, or just something that's going to be able to make it, whenever I reach out to them later, a personal conversation. Something that I can remember about them is good. So use note cards or something else that you can write on the back. You can do a little drawing with these for something free. Some of my girls do like a birthday of the month club. That's great. They say, hey, put your birthday on there. I'll put you in my birthday of the month club. People think that's super fun. Lots of different options and ways to get information. If people aren't coming to your booth, because sometimes that happens at really, really slow shows. I've totally been there. What I did one time whenever nobody was coming to my booth, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to them. And so I stapled glossy gloss samples to my card, and I just walked around and started handing them out. That was way out of my comfort zone, way at the time. But it's good. Vendor shows may push you out of your comfort zone, and that's okay. I have had women that have come back to my booth after they've tried it and said, you know what, you're right, that gloss is amazing and I have to have it. And some of them didn't even buy color. They just bought gloss because they realized that it really is as great as I was telling it was. Another piece of marketing material that I cannot live without are the Acclaim magazines. If you're at a vendor show and there are other vendors set up that are boutiques, they may be traveling boutiques, they may have a storefront. This is a great way to go talk to them and share what you have to offer. Let them know, look, this is Jada. You know, her boutique in Enid, Oklahoma it's in a small town, and her store sold over $100,000 worth of lip scents in its first year. Isn't that amazing? So if you're looking for something to just add a little side item to what you're already doing to produce more profit, it would be a great idea for you to consider. And there's stories in here and you can read all about it. So definitely have some of those handy. If you notice, my table is up higher. It is on bed risers. I didn't used to do this, and then I had a sweet vendor friend share it with me. She said, oh, I have some extra risers. Would you like to lift your table up? And I went, absolutely. So we put it on bed risers, and I love it this height. It saves my back. It saves the women who are trying on colors from having to bend over too much. So it's definitely something worth investing in, and they're really actually very cheap. You can get them at like Bed Bath & Beyond. And so definitely get some of those. If I haven't done this yet, but it is something that a couple of my girls do, and I think it's really smart. They have their little booking basket, like Leslie says to use at parties. They have it out on their vendor table. So they have a little basket, has cute little, you know, dollar store stuff in it. And what they say is, you know, because women are going to look at that, they're going to be like, oh, what's in your basket? You know, start looking. And it's a great way to say, you know what, if you want to take something from that basket, you totally can. Let's book a party. I may not use the word party. Let's book a lip and sip, or let's just book a time where you and your girlfriends can get together and play in colors. Wording is key. And you can take one of those with you. Let's just get something on the calendar so that you can share lip syncs with your friends. They're gonna love it. You're gonna earn some free stuff. It's gonna be great. So definitely that's something that I haven't implemented yet, but I do plan to implement at my next show. So how to take payment, I use my Square. My husband put in all of my colors and all of our great, our great inventory. He put into my Square, and so I just have to type the little buttons and swipe their credit cards, and it's super easy for me, and that way I can input them as a customer and have their information. PayPal is a great way to go as well. Definitely just don't always stay behind your table. Get in the front, talk to people, be friendly, smile, act like you're having fun, even if you're like, this is the worst show ever, I'm super bored. Don't look that way or people won't want to come see you. So get out in front of your table, talk to them about things that don't have anything to do with lip syncs. Talk to them about their kids and how cute they are, and oh my goodness, these little jewels on my table, kids love these, and they're like, their parents get so excited when I tell them that their kid can have one. I'm like, oh, they can take that with them, and they're like, oh, are you sure? Yeah. So just little things like that that you can do to make people kind of bring those walls down and not feel so like this lady's trying to sell me something is always good. So make sure that you talk to them about, other things besides lip syncs, and then kind of bring it in. Well, have you tried this yet? Oh my goodness, you're gonna love it. It's totally gonna fit into your busy life. Things like that are good. So definitely get to know the other vendors. Oh my goodness, I can't stress this enough. The other vendors are going to not only become some of your best friends, really. Some of my best friends are vendors that sell totally other things. You're going to learn from them. Many of them have been doing this for years and years and years, so they're going to have great tips. They're going to know all the best shows. They're going to know the worst shows. They're just a really fun bunch to get in with. So make sure that you get to know them. Make them your friends. Let them test your colors. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many other vendors have sold lip syncs for me and sent customers to me because they're like, oh my gosh, have you tried this stuff? My friend over there sells it. Make sure that you get to know them. Other places to look for shows are going to be like on Facebook. You can Google, holiday vendor shows or whatever. There are great websites. Tie Packet is something that I just got involved with. It's going to be helpful to find shows. So there's lots out there. So many shows out there. Don't ever think that you live in a small town and there aren't any shows. There are shows everywhere. Even the small ones can be so beneficial, even if it's just getting contacts and, getting a new team member or whatever. Definitely worth your time. So I hope that was helpful. I definitely am available if you ever have any questions. Message me, call me. I'm absolutely happy to answer any questions that you might have about vendor shows. Thanks for listening.